Hey guys, welcome back for another video, and in today's video we're gonna tell you 5 best phones of November 2020 under rupees 15,000. In our previous video we had talked about 5 best phones under 20,000. The link is in the description. Do check it out as well. So in this list we have 5 phones, and the 5 phones are going to be very interesting, so please do watch video till the end. So let's start the series. The 5th phone we have in the list is from Realme, the Realme 7i. The images are in front of you. The highlights of this phone are the 64 megapixel camera, yes, because that's the only phone at that price point to offer a 64 MP camera till date, and a 90Hz refresh rate, a 5000 mAh battery, and a rear camera is pretty great. The 64 megapixel camera at the price point, I already told you that, but there are problems of this phone as well. Let me tell them to you as well, that it doesn't have an FHD display, and this phone surprisingly doesn't have a face unlock, and it has a rear fingerprint which has been pretty old. A side fingerprint scanner could have been accepted. And if you want to know about the price, the 64GB variant is priced around 12,000. So it's a pretty decent offering, but you will have to miss the FHD display. Although there are good points like the punch hole selfie, etc. But still. Now we come to the 4th phone from Samsung, and now this phone is the Samsung Galaxy F41 from the Samsung's latest launched Samsung Galaxy F series. The images are in front of you, and the highlights of this phone are the 64 megapixel camera. The best highlight is the Samsung Super display, the Super AMOLED display, the very big 6000 mAh battery, and one of the best selfie cameras at the price point, 32 megapixel selfie camera. But this phone has more weak points, to be honest. The weak points are the rear fingerprint scanner, which has been pretty old now. Despite it's a Super AMOLED display, they should have given an on-screen fingerprint. The Exynos 9611 1-year-old processor, One UI core. Now, what is a One UI core? We had talked about in the best phones under 20,000 video. Link is in the description. Do check it out and you will understand what is One UI core. It's slightly different from the actual Samsung's One UI. And another disadvantage is that it has only 15-watt charger, and another disadvantage it doesn't have a macro sensor. It has triple camera, the ultra wide, normal, and depth. Now this phone is priced slightly more than 15,000, but you can get under 15,000 with offers. The now price is 15,499, that means 15,500 rupees. So yes, it is 500 rupees more than 15,000. So now let's move on to the 3rd phone. And now the 3rd phone is a really good competitor, but unfortunately it's a rebranded phone. It's a rebranded version of the Redmi Note 9 Pro. Now this phone is the Poco M2 Pro. The highlights of this phone are Snapdragon 720G, 48 megapixel quad cameras, Poco Launcher UI, that means it's totally clean, no ads, no bloatware. Okay, you might find some bloatware, but there will no ads. And a decent, pretty good 5000 mAh battery. But this phone too has some weak points: the LCD display, the 60Hz refresh rate only, no 90Hz, whereas Realme does provide that. And it has 33-watt charger in box, but this phone however supports only up to 27-watt. So yes, these are the few advantages and disadvantages, but still Poco M2 Pro is a pretty good phone at the price point, and the current price at 13,000, and now Poco is offering some great offers and they are giving it at around 11,000 right now. So yes, it's a very good phone at that price, even better than Realme 7i, I'd say. So let's move to the next phone, which is the Realme Narzo 20 Pro. Now this is from the Realme new sub-brand Realme Narzo, and the highlights of this phone are massive because of the 65-watt super fast flagship charger, which is mostly seen in flagships, and a 90Hz refresh rate, and it's a pretty good LCD panel in comparison to other Realme phones. And it has the super powerful Helio G95, which has less heating issues than previous MediaTek Helio G series processors. But this phone also has some weak points, of course, that the rear camera is not great at all because of its 48 MP snapper, whereas the Realme 7 has 64 megapixel. To be honest, I think the Realme Narzo 20 Pro is slightly rebranded version of the Realme 7. And another thing is that the low light camera of this phone is not that great, and the battery has been cut off due to the 65-watt charging to 4500 mAh. So they should have given a 5000 mAh and should have given the charger at around 45 watts like Samsung did in the Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra. But it's up to them. the price of this phone is around 14,000 right now. So yes, it's pretty cheap because 1,000 has been decreased from the price of, because it offered good competition to the Realme 7. Anyway, so this was about this phone. Now let's go to the best phone under 15,000 according to me, which you might have been guessed right now. But before we proceed, a quick reminder, please do like, share, subscribe and comment for any queries. So let's move ahead to the best phone under 15,000 currently, November 2020, Realme 7. Yes, Realme 7 is definitely the best phone because of its 5000 mAh battery. It is one of the biggest batteries below 15,000, which have an LCD display, and it has a decent LCD display with a 90 Hz of refresh rate, much better brightness than previous generation Realme phones, and it has a flagship Sony IMX682 sensor, 64 megapixel sensor, a super powerful Helio G95 MediaTek processor, and so this phone really stands out. But of course, this phone too has some weak points, let me tell you. And the weak points are not a very good selfie snapper. Yes, the selfie camera is slightly weak. Now I've seen that most of the Realme phones selfie camera is slightly weak, and in the camera white balance doesn't work well, and I think they should have given a better selfie camera, or at least a 20 megapixel selfie camera could have been appreciated. This price starts at 15,000 exact. So yes, this was the list, and hope you like this video, and do like, share, subscribe and comment, and we'll be back with our next video soon. If you like our comparison, please don't forget to like this video, and please do comment if you ask anything, and we are going to tell you everything. And do share to follow us on our Instagram, because we tell you about the latest tech updates ever posted any page. So thanks for watching, and we'll be back with our next video soon.